Hi, and welcome to another episode of Damsels Distressing.
I'm Olivia.
I'm Chloe.
And this is our second episode.
Woo, we made it.
We made it. At the time of recording, we actually have not released the first episode yet. We're still trying to figure this all out, but that's okay. I'm also very stressed today, as I was just telling Chloe, and she said, talk about it when we hit record. And I was like, okay.
So we have a little bit of a different setup today. We had some technical and personal issues that led to not being able to meet in person. So we are trying a different method today. So quality might be different, but the bright side is we have a little bit of video that we could actually post on YouTube if we wanted to, but we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe other social medias, but now we're still trying to figure this all out. So it's not perfect, and this is purely for fun. So
please enjoy our messy bedrooms.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you have a 54 Below little performance coming up.
Oh, yes.
And so we started filming a little later today because you had to shop for your dress.
Yes, I had to shop for my dress, and I went to so many places and just nothing was hitting right.
No, it never does.
Everything's just like such a neutral, boring palette right now. It's very dull. It's very wintry. And I'm like, that's not what I want. So I went to Forever 21 to the sale rack and found a perfect dress. So I'm very happy. Very excited for my 54 Below show. It's called I'm a Funny Girl. I got cast in it late last year, and it's happening in just a few weeks, and I can't believe it.
Yay! I'm so excited for you. Is this your 54 Below debut, or?
It is my 54 Below debut.
Oh my goodness.
So exciting.
I'm so excited for you. So we have a big episode, lots of stuff to cram in. I don't know if you had time to prepare my Q&A or not.
I did actually.
You
yes.
did? Okay, so
I prepared it after we filmed the first episode.
Oh, perfect. So we have a little mini Q&A. If you listen to the first episode, we interviewed Olivia to learn a little bit about her. So this week it's my turn to be grilled. And we're also going to talk about the Percy Jackson series, because as of filming it, the finale was released yesterday. And we have so many thoughts. And on top of that, also, was it yesterday? Not this morning.
Yeah.
This is also yesterday, is Universal released the official teaser of Epic Universe. And I am so excited to discuss that with you. We have purposefully not gone into our thoughts with each other really on either thing so that we can discuss it here, which is rare for us because we tend to
talk about everything. Like, we talk about everything. Like, the second something comes out and just like anything that's on our mind. Sometimes Chloe is like, save it for the podcast because we can't talk about everything.
I'm like, Olivia, we have to have content and it has to feel organic.
Yes, exactly. But yes, so it actually does feel like the Epic Universe stuff came out like 5 days ago. Because as I was also saying to Chloe before, this week has felt like 5,000 years and it's just Wednesday. It's been such a busy week.
And I actually feel the opposite, where I'm like, I couldn't remember if it was yesterday or if it was today, because every day is just kind of floating together.
Yeah. But Chloe, would you like to hear the questions I have for you?
Oh boy, do I.
All right. You sound scared.
I am.
Don't worry, I didn't make them too hard. They're actually multiple choice, and if you get one wrong, you're going to be kicked off the podcast. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it's okay. I'm really good at tests.
Good. All right, first question. So my first question is, what fandom do you think had the most impact on you growing up?
Oh, what Phantom? Like Phantom of the Opera?
No, fandom.
Fandom. I was like, oh, we're talking about actors. So we're like going straight. Fandom. Well, that would definitely be the Swifties. That has been.
Yes.
Yes. 5 or 6 years old is when I discovered Taylor's music for the first time, like in 2006. And yeah, that's definitely been the
Wait, you were
fandom
5 or 6?
I was 6, yeah.
Oh my God, Chloe.
Oh, no, like OG day one. Like,
yes. No, it's just crazy because like I got into her in 2006 as well. But I was 8 years old, so just hearing you were 6, even though
I was born in 2000, so
yeah, I'm only 2 years older than you, but that just seems like, like
I was 6,
that you were 6.
And I remember I reenacted the Tim McGraw music video with my Barbies.
That's so cute.
And I didn't even like fully comprehend who she was at the time. Like, it actually took me, I think, a year in between like hearing Tim McGraw in Picture to Burn to realize like they were the same person. I was just obsessed with both songs.
Yeah.
But I remember I couldn't remember the name of the song. I just remembered seeing the music video and it was stuck in my brain. And I had this little Barbie truck and I had like the Barbie and Ken like laying in the truck bed. And for some reason I had the Ken without a shirt on because he was more interesting to me that way. And my mom walked in the room and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm reenacting a music video, obviously. Like, what else would this be?"
Obviously.
So, but definitely, I have been actively a part of that fandom for a very long time. I am a senior Swiftie, I think is what you call it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also a senior Swiftie.
Yes, you are. 2006.
Yes.
Your debut, girlies.
Yes. I remember listening to it on Radio Disney.
Yes.
But we'll talk more about Taylor Swift in our next episode, actually. Are you ready for your next question?
Yes, I'm ready.
It's also a Taylor Swift question.
Oh, fun.
Well, I mean, like, the last one wasn't, but it was a Taylor Swift answer.
It was a Taylor Swift answer, so it's a perfect segue.
Goes hand in hand. What are your top 5 most underrated Taylor Swift songs?
Ooh, most underrated?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean like by the fandom or general public as a whole? What are you referring to?
I think in the fandom.
Okay.
Because I have in a whole.
Yes. So let's go the lucky one.
Oh,
Treacherous.
I love the lucky one.
I love the lucky one.
Treacherous.
But Labyrinth.
Yes. Oh, I love Labyrinth.
Mad Woman.
Yes, that's a good one too.
And Hoax. I feel like Hoax is very overhated. And that was when I first...
No.
Yes. People call it a skip.
No.
I know. And that is one of the songs, like, I think because it came out like pandemic time, as we all know, and I was back in Texas, and then it's like the whole like, I left a part of me back in New York, and immediately I was just, it was one of the, it takes a lot for a song to actually make me cry unless it's about like death.
Yeah.
But that was one of those that I was like, oh, just immediately sobbing. And yeah, so those are my top 5.
I love those. All right. And here's your third and final question.
Okay.
If you could be best friends with any Star Wars character, who would it be and why?
Can I say Padme so I could tell her to run so that she actually survives?
Yes.
Yeah. Be like, girl, this man is whiny and he has some anger issues and we know he's hot. Believe me, we know he's hot.
Him.
But also, you're like 7 years older than him.
Yeah.
What are you doing, honey?
Yeah.
And I know we think we want a bad boy, but that's not a good idea. So, and if I was her best friend, she would not be able to get it past me that they're together because I have a sixth sense about these kinds of things.
Yeah.
And so I would sit her down and be like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do that.
Like, this is the question. Why were any of her handmaidens telling her, like, girl, run?
Well,
No, this is why you need to be her bestie, because
that's why you need to be her bestie to tell her.
exactly.
Yeah.
Padme,
Also, like,
run.
honey, do you hear the things he's saying to you? It's a little creepy. And this is, I am a, like, Anakin girly, like, through and through. Okay. So I don't want anyone to come for me, like, for criticizing our man's, but he deserves it. And then eventually commits a genocide.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
run.
And when he's saying these weird things to you, like, it's not even just bad flirting.
No.
It's just disturbing.
No. Like, what is the couch scene where it's like the entire camera is just like, well, she's just like breathing. So all you can see are her boobs going up and down. Which is like, okay,
Yeah.
George Lucas. And what is his line? Or he's like, I'm in agony. And when I'm with you, I can't breathe. I'm haunted by the kiss
I never should have given you.
I never should have given you. Yeah. And she's just like, oh.
You know who would never say that? Obi-Wan.
Or our fallen soldier.
Kanan Jarrus. Here.
He says what he says shit with his chest, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's our man right there.
Like, I'm so sorry, Padme, that you had to see Obi-Wan being like such a good example of loving someone with Duchess Satine, and you had to choose Anakin.
Okay, justice for the Star Wars girlies getting a happy ending.
Exactly.
Okay, because can we just talk about it? Padme dies. Spoilers. Well, I don't know. Most people who watch this are probably just, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Kanan dies.
Yeah. Hera's love of her life dies.
And Leia, our queen, who's supposed to get her little, like, they're not together by the sequels.
And that broke my heart. As someone who was a Han and Leia girly since I was 10 years old, that broke my heart in a billion trillion pieces.
Would they have lasted? No. So I get it. But also, maybe they could have.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have. Okay. And then Miss Duchess Satine also dies. Like, what happened to Ahsoka's boyfriend? Like,
oh, I hate him.
Yeah, he was terrible, right? Yeah, we don't like him.
He kissed her without her consent in the Mandalore episode. That was Ahsoka's worst day. Ahsoka's worst day ever. It's the first Mandalore episode with
it really is.
Bo-Katan. It's literally like her worst day ever. She's had a lot of bad days, but somehow that was her worst.
So Bo-Katan is really our only hope for a healthy, lasting Star Wars love story.
Yes. Dinbo writes.
Dinbo. Let's make it happen.
And I'm so sorry to anyone who doesn't ship them, but we do.
We do. And why do you not? That is mom and dad.
Exactly.
And they have baby.
They have baby.
They have baby. And baby sees her as mom.
Yes. And you just don't tell anyone. What does he say?
He has this like Jon Snow ass line where it's like, I'll give
listen, these are the reasons I serve you, Lady Kryze.
Yes, that one.
Your song is not yet written. I will serve you until it is. Like that, you are in love. You are in love.
Yes, you are in love.
But yes, we have so much Star Wars stuff to say, but we have a Star Wars episode coming up about Rebels specifically. So we'll get more into the sadness of Hera Syndulla losing the love of her life.
And my reaction watching it for the first time and how distraught.
You were so distraught, Chloe.
I was not okay. Even though it's okay, I won't get into. Even though it's kind of spoiled for me, but like it just okay.
We'll discuss it, and also how
we'll discuss it.
Kanan Jarrus is the love of our life.
He just needs therapy, and he'd be perfect.
Therapy, yes.
Everyone
needs therapy.
Everyone does need therapy, but PSA to all ladies out there: if you have to say he needs therapy and he'd be perfect, you can't fix him. He can only fix himself.
True.
Thank you. That goes for basically all of the Star Wars men that we're in love with.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Dinjarin. He still needs therapy, but he would treat you well.
Yeah. But at least Kanan works on himself.
He does.
He
does work on himself.
So those are all the questions I had for Chloe. And now we're going to get into talking about some of the news that dropped this week for Epic Universe, which is Universal Orlando. Let's clarify that. Universal Orlando's third theme park that's opening in 2025. There's been a lot of speculation and rumors and leak stuff over the past 2 years, but finally Universal dropped on Tuesday morning their official concept art, their official details about a lot of things, and it all looks so exciting.
Oh my gosh. I am so excited. I have been watching like all of these speculation videos. Gosh, what is that? I'm going to find the name of the channel who everyone should check out for all things Epic Universe. It is, oh gosh, what is her name?
Alicia, I think.
I think it's the channel is called Theme Park Shop.
Yes, Theme Park Shop.
Theme Park Stop.
Stop.
Theme Park
Yes.
Stop. Yeah.
I think her name's Alicia.
Yeah. And she has been like on it, releasing drone footage, releasing like going into the databases and
yes.
Oh my gosh, that I've been following her for like the past 2 years about all the speculation. And so actually getting.
Yeah. Her and Bio Reconstruct, who is on Twitter, and he does a lot of like helicopter footage. He lives in Orlando and he like does like a lot of helicopter footage from the construction site.
Yeah.
He's been posting a lot too. So I've been like following the two of them just for all these updates. And now we have official Universal stuff.
Yay! Well, I'm sorry.
And someone did point out that this is going to be the first major company theme park opening in the US in a hot minute.
Yeah. This is like the first one. Like this is probably the first one in our lifetime. If I'm really thinking about it, because other ones have just been expansions or.
Yeah. The last one for Disney was California Adventure in 2001.
Yep.
Universal
Babies.
Islands of Adventure opened in 2002, I believe.
Yeah.
It opened around the same time. I went to that a few years after it opened. I went to Animal Kingdom the year after it opened, though. So that was my lifetime. I was born 6 months after Animal Kingdom opened. So I went and it was, I don't remember any of it, but I was 1 year old and it was brand new.
I think it's like, this is going to be the first one that like we'll really be able to remember because the other ones we were just way too little and I didn't care about theme parks when I was 2. But so they've announced all of the different lands, including their Nintendo Land, How to Train Your Dragon, another Harry Potter expansion, Dark Universe, which is the one that I think I'm most excited for.
Me too.
Going to be all Universal monsters. And then the main hub, which is called Celestial Park.
Yeah, Celestial Park.
And
it looks beautiful.
So beautiful.
It's giving like original Epcot, like landscaping vibes. Just like, cause they said in the video, they want to put the park back in theme park. And that is just like perfect. I think more theme parks need those open areas like that.
I agree. And my immediate thought was, because it seems a little bit like Greek mythology sort of thing.
Yes.
Is it really makes sense why they decided to close Poseidon's Fury at Universal or at Islands of Adventure and kind of like, because they haven't really known what to do with that land. And I was a little disappointed. I'd never done that ride. I know it wasn't like super popular, but
it's cool.
I really want like an exciting like Greek mythology kind of land.
Yes.
And announcement, I was like, oh, I wonder if that was like in the back of their mind with getting rid of that area, clearing it out, and then creating something new and better, but similar.
Yeah. And I think that's such a cool thing about that land too, is that it's the only land not based on a movie or a franchise.
Yep.
And how often do you get that in modern theme parks today?
It's a really cool thing to see a park that it's so well thought out in terms of being able to open up new IP and make sure that everything fits and feels cohesive. And I'm obsessed with this portal idea.
I was just going to say that.
It makes it to where they could throw in anything that they want at all. and it will fit into this park because like it's supposed to be this like magical planet world that you enter and then you can go to all these different places.
Exactly.
Whole concept. It's not going to be like Hollywood studios that I love, but where it's kind of like, so what's happening here?
Or like, even Islands of Adventure is kind of different, but it's like you're supposed to be at like the islands, but like the main Universal Park.
Yeah.
Like you have like because they still kind of have that loose studio theming where it's like, okay, here's all the things you're stepping into movies, but then you're fully into Harry Potter. It's like, that's like kind of that, but they've really stepped up their game with storytelling.
They really have.
Universal. And I'm just like so blown away.
Or I think about the Epcot crisis with the whole like space, like pavilion that they had and now they've finally kind of figured it out and split it into different pavilions. But there was that time period where it was just in limbo. And it's like, how do all of these different rides fit together? And why is Guardians of the Galaxy going there? And there was just a lot of like identity crises going on with a lot of the Disney parks. And I think they should be a little afraid, honestly.
No, I agree, especially because it's going into the American market.
Yeah.
And a lot of like theme park fans, especially Universal and Disney alike, because the last park that Universal opened was Singapore. The last one Disney opened was Shanghai. And a lot of people, like the diehard fans of some of them have gone there. And some people are like, I want to go there. I want to see the latest technology in theme parks, but I have to go to Asia for it. And people are like, oh, I wish we had these rides here. And finally, we're getting one of the big theme park competitors bringing their brand new off the ground park that's not a clone of any other park
or that's relying on screen-based attractions.
Exactly. And
a bunch of simulators.
Yeah. And that's big for Universal.
Huge for Universal.
Huge for them.
And something that I've really loved about Universal recently and in general is they do a really good job of catering to general public, like theme park, Disney heads, and coaster enthusiasts all alike. Versus Disney doesn't like to take a lot of risks in terms of their thrill rides. They like to keep them under 50 miles an hour, pretty short, everything very family friendly.
Yes.
And Universal's not afraid to push that market.
Yeah.
And they have their balance of kids rides and they have their balance of big thrill rides. I think especially with the amount of theming that they are putting on these thrill rides.
Yeah.
Like I think about Velocicoaster, which I have not been able to do yet, but
and Hagrid's.
And Hagrid's and the amount of theming that they are able to put into these big attractions. And Hagrid's is a family ride.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. And
wait, have you been on Hagrid's?
I have only been to Islands once and it was in 2013.
Because I'm going to say that.
Yeah. Got rained out.
Oh.
So I waited 3 hours for Forbidden Journey. And we got off so actually I did Dueling Dragons.
Oh, wow.
Which like is awesome that I was able to do that since I guess it was Dragon Challenge because it was already themed to Harry Potter at the time.
Well, yeah, I think it was Dragon Challenge.
The name was Dragon Challenge. Yeah. So I did that. And then we did the Flight of the Hippogriff. And then, we waited 3 hours for Forbidden Journey because it had just opened. And then we got rained out for the rest of the day. And I was not as research heavy at the time because I was 12 as I am now. And so I didn't know where to go for all the dark rides. And so we just left.
Oh, no.
And so I need a redo of Universal because I did not get a full experience. And there's
absolutely. But I will say Hagrid's, I thought it'd be a family it is, but then there's a scary part in it. And I was not ready for that scary part. And it scared the living crap out of me. Have you watched ride-throughs of it? Because I don't want to spoil it for you if not.
I've watched ride-throughs. You can spoil it. It's okay. If there's
when it drops down.
Is there a drop track? Yeah.
It literally drops on the track and it scared me. I did not know that was happening. So someone told me there's a weird drop. And then it happened. I was like, What?
There's a ride at Busch Gardens called Verbolten, and that the same thing.
God.
And spoiler
See,
alert.
I was like, if I knew it was happening, like when I first went on Rise of the Resistance, that I was like, I knew the drop was coming because I saw like people post about it before. I was like, okay, I know exactly where it is. I know what's coming. I could brace myself. This I did not know was coming.
So I didn't know about the Rise of Resistance, but like, again, I'm a thuzy, so it takes a lot to phase me on a ride.
Exactly.
But I can relate because on Verbolten, I had no idea it was gonna happen. And my boyfriend had told me like, oh, there's a spoiler, like there's something that happens. And I just assumed like, oh, it's like a backwards launch or something. But then we just were kind of sitting there. And then I was like, this is a drop track, isn't it? And I figured it out like right in the moment. And I was like, no. And that's also a family coaster. But definitely want to do Hagrid's. But
it's back to Epic Universe.
Back to Epic Universe. I'm so excited to finally have the Dark Universe looks so
yes, and there's supposed to be a coaster in that land, right? I think
there's a Mock Ride Spinner, which is a manufacturer. I don't need to get into coaster manufacturing, but I think it's supposed to be the rumor is a family spinner. At one point, they were apparently considering an extreme spinner, which would have made me really excited for.
Is it a coaster? Is it a coaster that spins?
Yeah. So have you heard about Ride to Happiness at Plopsaland Pan, or it's Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City? Have you heard of either of those attractions?
I think I've heard of Time Traveler.
Time Traveler. So I don't know if you've seen videos of it, but it's the ride, like it spins the whole time, but you have like inversions and like you're going down drops and it's like a controlled spin. And so like you're going upside down, but you might be like spinning. And so you're like, it literally feels like you're flying.
Oh my God.
It is the coolest thing I've ever been on in my life. And I've heard Ride to Happiness is like 10 times better because they actually took out the controlled spinning part. They took out like the magnet that keeps Time Traveler from fully spinning to its full potential. And they took that out for Ride to Happiness. And I am dying for one of those to come to the States. And I might be riding that on my coaster trip to Germany this summer.
Ooh, exciting.
But yeah, so it's just supposed to be a family spinner, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
But that should still be fun. And the ride systems are really, really cool. And
so be more like Guardians, but with inversions.
Probably no inversions because it's a family.
Okay.
And I haven't done Guardians yet either. And I haven't spoiled it for myself. So I don't know. And Guardians is manufactured by Vekoma.
Yes.
Not Mock. But yes. It's more similar to that.
Okay.
Supposedly. I don't know. We'll see what they end up doing.
Yeah, but besides Dark Universe, which I think is my most anticipated, I'm very excited for Super Nintendo World.
Yeah. Donkey Kong coaster.
Donkey Kong, which they're opening it in Japan first. So I think it's supposed to open this year. So we'll see like what that looks like before in America, but I'm so excited.
You know the rumors about the Donkey Kong ride, right?
What are the rumors?
I get to talk about this. It's an entirely new ride system. So
yes, I've seen the patents, but I forgot what it is. So please remind me.
So basically there's a track below and then there's a fake track that you are sitting on. And so it's like basically your cart is connected to a bottom track that is continuous. But to you, it's going to look for certain parts like you're jumping over broken track.
That is so cool.
So it's going to look like the track has ended.
That is amazing.
And I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
So
game changer.
It should be pretty spectacular.
I'm so excited for that. And like ever since they opened it in Japan and California, I'm so excited too. I know some people have mixed feelings about the Mario Kart ride, but still
I'm so excited to do it.
I'm still excited to do it. And I think Florida's getting Yoshi's Adventure. I believe so. Yeah. I believe so. Cause California
didn't
because
they didn't have enough space, but I think the reason, because they allegedly originally considered the land that is now going to be not an epic universe, in Islands of Adventure, that is now going to be the DreamWorks area.
Yeah.
Had originally considered making that Super Nintendo World.
Yes, but now they're doing the DreamWorks area.
And I think it's probably due to space, because they wanted to make
I think so.
everything fit. And it's so much better.
Yeah, and it needs a lot of space because, like, that whole thing is force perspective. That whole thing takes up so much space. Have you heard the rumors of what the expansion area may be when they get to it?
I have my theories, and I have heard some about either Zelda or Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
I just finished watching Lord of the Rings last night, and I am so obsessed with it now. And the first thing I said after watching them all, I was like, okay, so Universal better get on that. It needs the Rings land with a coaster and the Shire and everything, because it just writes itself for a theme park. And if they're not taking that chance, when it's kind of had this resurgence over the past couple of years, they are stupid. So they need to do it.
I agree. And I have many thoughts as to what I would want that coaster to be. And they've saved like a huge portion of land. I think there's like a big portion of land, and then there's a smaller section. And I think the rumor for the smaller section is potentially a Pokemon land.
Yes, because I know Zelda has been thrown around for a while, because it was really, people thought it was going to be in Islands of Adventure, like you were saying, that expansion pad there for Japan. So I think that Zelda's going to probably make its way somehow into one of the parks, but I think Pokemon Land will be good.
Rights,
they could really do like we said before, with these portals, they could do anything
they want. I'm so I have mixed feelings about the Harry Potter area. On one hand, I've always loved Harry Potter, but on the other hand, She Who Shall Not Be Named, I'm not particularly excited about her getting more money. Will I go and really, really enjoy the area? Unfortunately, yes. Mm-hmm. And am I excited? Yes. But I'm a little like...
Yeah. Like, I'm very indifferent, because I've never been a Harry Potter person. The only reason I started, like, learning about it and, like, appreciating, like, some of the movies are because of the theme park lands and because the rides are cool. Also, this was, like, really when the She Who Shall Not Be Named stuff's like started really getting bad out. Like, I don't want to support her or that. And so I'm like, I'm really not thrilled they're doing another Harry Potter area.
No.
But it's not a surprise. That's their biggest
and I'm sure it's gonna be
moneymaker.
Cool,
yeah.
And I'm really gonna enjoy it. But just make it very clear that TERFs are not supported on this podcast.
No, not at all. So besides, we talked about Nintendo, Dark Universe, a Harry Potter land, How to Train Your Dragon, which is one of my most anticipated. If you've seen the videos of the show that they do in Singapore, I believe.
I've not.
Oh my gosh. So they have this How to Train Your Dragon show, and they have they have dragons in it. They're like animatronic puppets, hybrid. And they fly over the audience, and they have someone riding on it, and it's incredible. And if they don't bring that show to Epic Universe, I will be very sad. But I'm pretty sure they are. What else do they have? What have the rumors been for that land? I think it's a coaster.
I think, like, there's a coaster and maybe a boat ride.
I think a boat ride. Oh, that's
like a boat dark ride. I'm pretty sure is what it's going to be. I definitely need a rewatch of all those movies so I can fangirl the way that I want to, because it's been a hot second, and I know that they're incredible, and I need to give them their time.
I just love that. I just love them so much. I need to do a rewatch too. I rewatched them. I watched the third one for the first time like 3 years ago, and I just binged them all. Yeah, but they're so good. It's just such a perfect franchise for a theme park land.
I agree.
They're just like I was saying with Lord of the Rings before, that's like that, How to Train Your Dragon, things like that. Just the theme park lands write themselves.
They do.
And it's going to be It's gonna be so beautiful.
I'm so
Can't
so
wait.
excited for this to open.
I can't wait to go to the Island of Berk. Yes.
And
We
it
can
looks
go-
like they've taken summer out of it because it used to say opening summer 2025.
Yeah.
Now it's just saying 2025. So that potentially means it might open early.
Yes. Let's hope.
Let's hope.
So in 2025, we could go to the Island of Berk. Maybe it'll be open in time for a trip we may be taking.
Maybe that we've been talking about. We kind of plugged in the last episode, but those plans have been kind of pushed back for reasons.
Yes, we've had some life updates.
Yes.
And
And financial reasons we want to
financial reasons. So we want to save, and if Epic Universe is open by then, that's worth the wait.
So segue from, since we're talking about theme parks, do you think that Disney would ever open a Percy Jackson land?
That would be so cool.
I know.
And they should at least do like a Camp Half-Blood thing. Like,
Or, like,
imagine.
A Tunnel of Love,
A Tunnel of Love, yes.
where you feel like you're gonna die.
Imagine.
Imagine a dark ride where you feel afraid again. Because that's not really a thing anymore.
No, a scary dark ride.
Please, like, let's go back to, like, I don't know, because that's kind of, that was used to be Disney's MO, and I love all of the new dark rides that they're making, but can we have one that's scary? And
let's have Percy Jackson Scary Adventures a la Snow White Scary Adventures, please.
Would you?
I know that the 3 kids would be so in for it too. They'd be like,
They would be.
Did you see the videos of them doing their little, like, Disney World? Oh my, it was the cutest thing ever.
And they're in their, like, little Star Wars robes.
Yeah. They were, and like reciting lines.
So much.
It was adorable.
Oh, I love this cast. Oh my gosh. So much to talk about this show.
Yes.
And so little time because
I
we have
know.
to try to plug this in before and it's already getting late and I gotta go to bed.
Yes.
But
So, yes, Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson.
8 episodes ended yesterday. As at the time we're recording this, it is January 31st. Yes, I cried so much.
I need to go back and just rewatch the whole series without any sort of preconceived notions and remove those from my head because I am so on board with the changes that they made, but in the moment when they're happening, it's like what? Like, spoilers for the last episode, and I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but I was really excited for the final scene to be like where like Percy and Luke are just kind of like sitting on the beach and then this freaking scorpion comes out and it's like this big massive betrayal. And then you're watching I was like waiting for it in the show and I was like, oh, they're not doing the scorpion. And I really enjoyed it still, but it took me out for a second to where I didn't get the full emotional impact, which is a bit of a problem when you have expectations. So I need to go in again and just take the show as it is because it's almost like, it's like 15 years later since the books were written. When did the books come out? Like,
I think it was 2005. I just watched the Wait in the Wings documentary about the musical. And I think they said 2005.
okay. Yeah.
I think the musical like premiered like 10 years after the book was written.
Yeah. So Uncle Rick has had a lot of time to marinate and to figure out what he wants to change. And
yeah,
I love that when authors like want to take time to improve their work.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I think it was nice for me because I read The Lightning Thief when I was in middle school, but haven't read it since. So I don't remember a lot of the stuff that happened. So I was going into this remembering some things that happened, but then also kind of seeing everything and like experiencing it through the lens of someone who hasn't read the books.
Yeah.
So like my expectations, like I didn't feel like it was a different experience, I think, than you. Like
absolutely.
I don't remember everything that happened. So I wasn't like, oh, this didn't happen and this didn't happen. So I was just like adoring and taking in everything. And yeah.
This was, oh my gosh, I was obsessed as a child because as a little dyslexic ADHD child, it's like, oh my gosh, here is a series about people like me. And I was over the moon and it it was the first book series I actually read, which is a big deal when you have dyslexia because you don't really like to read.
And do you know this? Do you know the whole story behind why he wrote the books?
Yes, I do.
And I actually,
for his son.
Yeah, because I watched Plugging It Again. I mentioned before Wait in the Wings, which is a YouTube channel who does documentaries about musical theater. They just released one in perfect timing with the Percy Jackson finale about the Percy Jackson musical.
Shout out Robert Kiki.
Shout out to Robert Kiki, who taught at our school. It's such a great documentary. They do really great documentaries about so many shows, so many theater things. Highly recommend them. But they did a whole history about the Percy Jackson musical, but threw in some history about the writing of the books and Rick Riordan and Robert Kiki's journey with the show and everything leading up to it. And that was actually the first time I heard that story about Rick and his son. And I was like, that is so special.
Yeah,
that is so special to have that and then have this whole generation of kids and now adults who have these books as something they could see themselves in and relate to is just incredible. And now with the show, even more.
Because there has not been another adaptation of these books.
No,
there has not. There isn't that didn't happen. This is the first adaptation.
The first one ever.
The first one ever. Ever.
I did find it interesting. Something else I learned from that documentary is that Joe Trass, who wrote the book for the musical, worked on the show.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I did not know that. That is awesome.
I believe he was one of the writers on it, but Rick Riordan was the one who brought him on. He wanted him to work on the show.
That's really, really cool.
Even though Rick actually never has seen the musical, because he said that he has this thing, he said this even before the movies came out, the Percy Jackson movie.
The what?
The what?
The what?
Something.
Before a film was released.
Yes. That he's kind of weird about seeing adaptations of his works.
Oh.
So after that whole thing, he was kind of hesitant about the musical, but still supported it and was so gracious to everyone who worked on it because he said that like the fan base just grew because of that musical, and like a whole new generation of kids were able to be exposed to Percy Jackson through that. But I guess he's still never seen the musical, but he was so impressed. But I think he read the script though. They said that like he's heard the songs, read the script, but like hadn't seen it in person.
Yeah.
But was so impressed with Joe Trask's works that he brought him on to work on the show.
That's amazing. I did not know that. Let's see. There's so much to talk about with the show. And
there's so much to talk about.
Let's see. Sally, incredible. I am obsessed with her. Mother of the Year. Leah as Annabeth, incredible. Child of the Year. And oh gosh, what is I need to pull up the cast list really fast.
Yes.
Hold on.
Walker is that is Percy.
Amazing. And in the last episode, we got to see the final performance from Lance Reddick, and he did an incredible job as Zeus. And I'm really sad that we will not be able to see more of what he had planned for that character.
Oh, that makes me so sad.
Yeah. Because
that's like, I didn't realize that until after I watched. I remember they said that before the show aired, there was an actor who passed away, and I didn't realize the last episode it was him.
Yeah.
Which is so sad because it's Zeus. That's so sad.
Absolutely
that's like
brilliant.
Oh, that's like when Ray Stevenson from Ahsoka passed away right before the show too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of the gods, have to shout out Toby Stevens as Poseidon in this interview as Virginia Cole, who plays Sally, said, to quote,
"Yum.
Toby Stevens, yum. Wonderful, amazing actor. Agreed. Toby Stevens makes you sympathize."
Oh my gosh.
For Poseidon.
Yeah, he really does.
He really does. That whole scene with him and Sally. It's probably my favorite in the show. That is my
absolutely love
what
that
and a brilliant addition. What a brilliant addition.
Oh,
Plus with that whole scene with younger Percy. Oh, he was a precious.
he was so cute.
Him
that kid
and
is a mega
Walker.
Swiftie too.
Oh,
I don't know if you follow him on Instagram. It is so
I have to go follow him.
funny. His mom, of course, like is the one who controls his Instagram, but he's constantly on there talking about how much he loves Taylor Swift and Avril Lavigne.
Aw,
A boy
so
after
cute.
our own heart.
But I love that.
I think that was it. And that change on Olympus was something that I really, really enjoyed because in the book, he shows up and it's a panel of all of the gods. It is not just Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
And also with the change of him failing and not Percy failing and not making summer solstice, which he did in the book. And so it created an opportunity for Poseidon to kind of step up as a daddy-o and be like, I would lose this war for my son. And also kind of gag Zeus at the same time, being like, you turned your daughter into a tree.
It's such a good change. I think everything with Poseidon was just some of the strongest changes they made.
Literally, I cannot wait to see what they do with season 2.
Me too.
I hope they get all of the budget. I hope that they get I need the episodes to be longer. I want an hour. I need give me my content. It deserves it.
But those 3 kids are going places.
Oh my gosh.
They are incredible. They were just so personable in every interview. You could tell they love this.
And it's really cool because you can really see their growth as actors throughout each episode. How they get more comfortable with their characters and with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be really something special to have another group of kids that we get to kind of watch grow up before our eyes.
Yes.
And
I was already in the last episode seeing them all on the hill with Annabeth and then Grover going to
it was giving
yes.
It was giving the end of how they end all of the Harry Potters, which you said you haven't seen any Harry Potter movie, right?
Oh no, I've seen the first 6. I haven't seen the last 2. Yeah. I've seen the first 6. Yeah.
Because I can watch them ethically without giving her money. And then Annabeth's whole thing about what's Disney World and I'm going and he just looks at her and smiles and says, just be a kid.
That was yeah.
She went into the camp when she was 11 and they haven't really gone into how baby Annabeth was and how they didn't even talk about the fact that she was a full-time camper.
Yeah.
So it's a huge deal. There's certain little details that I wish they would have fleshed out more, but that's probably a time thing. The reason for the blue. Anyways, but the
what?
The blue cookies and
Sally.
Oh yeah. That.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping they threw that in. So that's one of the things I remember.
It's one of the things I loved and that it's all to spite Gabe. I need season 2 yesterday. The show is so good.
Too.
I'm so happy that it finally exists.
I know.
And
it's crazy.
This was my Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
I think I read Harry Potter after Percy Jackson. And I think the only reason I was such a big Harry Potter kid growing up is because there was not a good adaptation of Percy Jackson. Honestly, I was more of a Harry Potter movie girly anyway I read the books. So I stopped at the end of Half-Blood Prince for a reason.
Also, I loved how they spoke in ancient Greek. That was so cool.
It was so cool. It was really cool.
And when they're using the ancient Greek names and pronunciations of the gods, that was so cool.
Really,
and then
really
when Percy
cool.
starts speaking in ancient Greek.
And the moment when Percy's do you dream? And he's just as Aries as an idiot. And then he said, do you ever dream about my mother? And the way you could just tell from his face. And he was just kind of
I was gagged.
I think a really fun thing about watching this, as an adult or experiencing it now that you're older, it's so interesting how invested you become in this side, parental relationships.
Yes.
Versus because as a child, I was the number one Percabeth shipper. You could not, I was obsessed. But now
they're so cute. They're so cute.
Babies and they're children, so it's a little bit harder for me to be like big into like the whole shipping thing. So I'll wait until they're a little older to be interested in that. But they're still only going to be like 16 in the last movie, so it's kind of like it's going to be like cute and not like it was when I was little. But now I'm like, I'm really here for this Sally Poseidon relationship.
I know.
It's really special.
It is really special.
Really was the only woman that he ever, like, the only mortal woman he hooked up with. Like, there are other children of Poseidon, and my favorite little baby boy who's gonna show up next season. Who is it? So there's a character named Tyson, and he's a Cyclops, and he's technically Percy's half brother.
Oh, cute.
And I love him with every fiber of my being. And I am so, so excited. But yeah, it's so good. And anyone who hasn't watched it, please watch it. I don't know if we did a good job explaining why you should watch it because we kind of just talked in circles. But this is our first time really talking about it.
Yes. And we're talking about the parental figures. I just felt very connected to Sally. So connected to her. She's incredible. I just love her. Such a good mom.
She's a little spitfire. My only complaint with the show is obviously Gabe is still the worst in the show, but it feels a little less deserving for him to be turned to stone by Medusa's head at the end when they've kind of cut out the domestic abuse. Because that was a part of the book that kind of goes over your head a little bit as a kid, but Sally had bruises and it's very clear that she's abused, and Percy's I don't understand why with him. And that was something that kind of was put on the back burner of the show, was how much Sally endured for him. And the whole reason that she was with Gabe was because he smelled so bad that it kept the monsters off of Percy. And I think that's something that shows her strength as a character.
She's just so,
And I mean, she shows her strength enough on her own, but it makes it all the more satisfying when an abuser turns to stone versus he's just kind of a stupid asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel similarly, or?
I felt the same, but also part of me is also thinking about who the show is targeted towards. And I think it's very different presenting that in a book versus on screen.
Yeah.
Especially when you have this with younger kids as the leads as well. Because yes, there are some kid shows that tackle some pretty big issues like that. However, I think that thinking about the audience of who it's actually targeted towards, I think that it leaves more of the, not to say that Gabe is a good person at all, but I think it adds to the more mystical fun of the show if that's not looming over everyone's heads.
Get that. But I also think there's something because there's a way to do it where it just kind of happens off screen and you just kind of have to infer that it happens, and it's more for the adult audience to fill in and kids to understand later. Yeah. I think without some of those, because it's even in the books, it's very much implied. It isn't in your face. I think, and I get that they have to cut things for time. Yeah. But it makes those moments all the more satisfying when she gets away. Yes. And it gives you more of because there are a lot of kids that do grow up in abusive situations.
Absolutely. And yes.
The hope that their parent could get away. And it's, and even for the parent watching in the abusive situation, it's kind of satisfying to watch an abuser get turned to stone. Yeah. But still, it was fun. And I liked that it was because of his own stupidity, too, that he opened the box, out of just pure spite. Nobody was trying to get him. No. It was not it was not an attack at all. He was just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that made me really happy.
No, same.
So, and we're only really talking about the finale. Any other moments that you want to tackle from the show? But I know that's what's fresh on our... Oh my god!
I think my favorite episode is tied between episodes 3 and 4. 3 being the Medusa episode, and 4 being the St. Louis Arch.
Love that one.
I think in terms of everyone's performance, it's episode 4. Because that's when we get the Annabeth moments. That's when we get Percy making his big decision. Grover had some moments as well. I feel like we haven't really talked much about Grover, and just shout out to him.
I know.
I just love him.
So good.
I just love him. He's just like the perfect energy.
He's so cute.
Also, I saw he was on some Percy Jackson podcasts that I came across it on TikTok. Yeah. And he's a big musical theater kid. And
that does not surprise me.
He talked about how George Salazar reached out to him, and he like freaked out. He said, George Salazar messaged me like 2 weeks ago and said, "Oh my gosh, I love what you're doing with the character. I'm so happy to see this show. I've seen like the fans are so excited. All of us Percy Jackson musical cast are like, have been watching. We're so excited for you guys." And he's like, "I freaked out."
That is so cute. I love him.
And he said he wants to do covers of some of Grover's songs from the show. I was like, that's so cute.
Oh my goodness. I wanted to talk about like episode 5 was one of my favorites. That's Ton of Love and Aries. And Adam Copeland is so...
Oh my god. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Little back and forth with Grover.
It's so funny because I used to watch a lot of WWE growing up.
Oh my gosh.
He's the Edge.
Yeah.
Which it was like, loved the Edge. He was one of my favorites. And just to see him in acting now, like in the acting world now is crazy. I feel that with all the WWE people, like Dave Bautista and John Cena.
Yeah.
All of them. And he was great. Perfect choice for Aries.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I cannot wait to see his dynamic with Aphrodite later on.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh. That's going to be fantastic.
I can't wait to see who they cast.
I wanted to talk about, like, really quickly in episode 7 with Hades and the little details in there that I didn't realize until I was on Twitter when, like, they show up and Hades is acting all nice and cool, but the first thing he offers them is food, specifically a pomegranate, knowing if they eat, they are stuck in the underworld forever. And that was such like a fun little detail.
Yeah.
Showing, like, they're presenting him as this like really chill, like just cool, happy guy or whatever, just whatever, chill dude. But he had such an interior motive. And all the while he had like the Fates out chasing him. The Furies, sorry, not the Fates. The Furies out chasing him. And like, like so much character in the writing without him being on screen or being talked about.
Exactly.
And that's impressive.
That's really impressive. The gods are just like, all of them were so great. Lin-Manuel Miranda was really fun.
I loved, at first, I was like really, really, but I loved it. I know.
No.
I was like, I thought he did a great job. I was he's kind of killing it, and I just smile. So I'm like, it's Lin.
It's Lin, and he's Luke's father. That's so funny.
I'm like, is he the right choice for a Mr. Casanova? No, but we love him, and he was charming, and at the same time, it makes sense because there are a lot of women who would fall for him because he seems so unassuming.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I thought he was fantastic.
So funny.
Yeah. I love everything that the show has been doing so far. And I'm excited to see what they do with it next.
Me too.
I love that they're just trying to crank out all the seasons so the kids stay little.
Yeah. That's why you gotta do it.
And I don't know if it's confirmed or whatever, you could basically see them like growing in height throughout too. Like There's one episode where, how do you pronounce his name? Grover's name? Is it
Arian, I think.
Arian, yeah. Where my boyfriend looks over at me when we're watching and he's like, has he gotten taller? And I'm like, probably.
Yeah.
Healthy.
In a little group.
And we're gonna hear all their voices cracking and precious little kids that are gonna be not little kids for very long. And
also I wanted to mention before that the actor that they have playing young Percy is just like identical to Walker.
Identical.
His mannerisms are like spot on.
Yeah.
Like that was such good. He's so cute.
He's so pretty.
Oh my gosh, that line he said to Sally.
You don't, why are you trying so hard to get rid of me?
Yeah, why are you trying so hard to get rid of me? And he said, like, you wouldn't do the same to me.
I wouldn't do the same to you.
I wouldn't do the same to you. Oh my God.
It is
broke my heart. Broke my heart.
Oh my gosh. That kid is incredible.
Oh.
It's so well cast. I'm so excited for whenever season 2 happens.
Me too. And the kids today who are growing up with this are just so lucky. So lucky they have this.
That being said, though, I really, really hope these kids, like, mental health is taken seriously.
Yeah.
That they are, like, because I'm already noticing, like, so if you are a grown adult, please don't make a fan account for these children.
Yeah, that's weird.
Don't do that. That's weird. Like, if you're a child, you probably shouldn't have social media. I know you do, but you can make the fan accounts. But like, if you are significantly older than these kids, please stop that. Just don't. Let's be sensitive to the effects of fame with small children, and let's allow them to hopefully still have a childhood as much as they can.
Exactly.
And because I know, like, Daniel Radcliffe, even though he's well-adjusted now, he developed like an alcoholism problem from after being on Harry Potter and being exposed to alcohol at a really young age. And it was taking a serious turn, but I just really, really hope that these kids are given a different outcome and are treated better and more respectfully and are given the privacy that they deserve as children.
Me too. But I think that just about wraps it up.
I think it does. Yeah. We covered a lot.
We did.
And
so we covered a lot about Epic Universe, about Percy Jackson.
So next week we will be having our little Taylor Swift episode.
But yeah, we'll talk about how we are both senior Swifties and our journey of being a Swiftie. I will be wearing a Taylor Swift shirt. I'll wear my Fearless shirt when we record.
I'll have to dig for some of I'll wear a cardigan. I have cardigans. So do I have any merch? I do. I can also show my Junior Jules shirt that I made when I was 12.
Yes.
11? I don't know. I forget the time. Anyways, I think that about does it.
Yes, it does.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
And listening, and we will talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.